Good morning, my trippy hippies. Good morning. It is Tammy coming to you live this morning from my messy Marvin headquarters with my cut on my nose where I stabbed my finger in my nose this week. I've had it covered up and now it looks like a blemish there, but it's what it is. It is Sunday and we had an amazing week. So as you jump on here today, do me a couple of favors. If you tune into my lives, you know the drill. If you're brand new here, welcome. I am live in a few places today. I'm live on my personal page here on Facebook. Also, these flies are absolutely insane this year. I'm live on the Facebook business page for the Hometown Hippie, and I'm live also on the YouTube community page. So do me a favor and say hello and tell us where you're watching from. Where in the world are you today? I am in Farmville, Virginia. Tell me if you're a member of the Grateful Fed family in the comments. Just say hi. It is way more fun with friends. Throw some likes, some hearts, some O faces, tag a friend, whatever you feel inclined to do, just to get some comments in here. Always helps me to do that. I am in my office today, again, trying to make some order. Good morning from Crew, Virginia. Good morning, Elizabeth Clark from Crew, Virginia. Hello. I might have some iced coffee that I've created in here in my cup. And it's kind of not what I wanted it to taste like. I might have to grab my mouth's not working. I may have to go grab a bottle of water because I don't know. Just something about that today. It's not hitting where I wanted it to hit. It's not hitting the spot I wanted it to. It's probably the universe saying to me, your blood sugar was through the roof this weekend. You need to get off the iced coffee and get into some water bottles, which I've been into a lot. But woo, what a great Friday we had. Elizabeth Clark, I want to give you a big old whoosh of love out. Elizabeth Clark showed up for our soft opening, or actually Wednesday night, and got her dinner. And then she came back again on Friday and hung out for a while, especially in this extreme heat. I appreciate everyone who came out and braved the sunshine, considering that it has been record high temps across the country and everywhere else. And I cannot believe that we have not, is my live being hidden? I got two people now. I'm giving y'all just a few minutes. I'm also right on time. So usually I'm a little bit late. So that's probably why people are like, yeah, Tammy said she's going live, but I've got time to go like make breakfast, take a shower, get dressed, and she might then be live because I send my brand ambassadors that, hey, I'm going live. And they're like, hey, did I miss it? I'm like, nope, I was going live. And then as soon as I sent y'all that message, somebody said, Tammy, I need you for a second. And then 45 minutes later, here I am. Not live yet. And that's just kind of how it's been the last couple of weeks. But that's going to lead me into what today is all about, right? We have been on this journey together as a community. As if you're on my personal page, if you're not even in the Hometown Hippie or the Grateful Fed stuff, if you're just my friend or my family member, you have been watching this. And today is going to be gratitude. And I just want to shout out the community. And I want you all to be here today just to hear the thanks, because as many of you that send me these beautiful, like, I'm so proud of you. It makes me happy to see your dreams come true. I want you to understand how much, like, I feel like everybody is so happy for this is because you all understand that it's all of us that did this, right? That it was not just me. It was not just me and my team. And my team, I'm going to give them a shout out today too. So if y'all can tag the team, if you tag anybody you know that you're friends with on our team, Grace, Selena, Mel, Destiny, Zach, Liz, Amy, Angie, the whole crew. Tag somebody. Sarah Watts is on our crew. She's our cater waiter. Sarah Franklin's on our crew. She's a cater waiter. Matthew, Juliana, if you have worked with us, you're a part of our team. So tag somebody that's on my team if y'all don't mind. Somebody tag Heather Johns too, because where is she at today? Speaking of that, the flowers, I mean, it's just so much. Good morning. I just spoke your name out loud and you just showed up. So where's Heather Johns? I've not seen her yet. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, today is about just the amount of gratitude and about talking to you all about how much you are a part of this. how much what you do matters and what we do. I'm going to just say the last month, hello. Have a great day. You're a great investor for the community. Sorry, got to run and feed the ant. We understand, Michael. We'll be on the replay if you want to watch this. We just want everyone to know how much we appreciate them. Like I'm not going to say, I want you all to know. I want every single one of you. And I told this to my team the other day, and we were doing a session with Carly, and I get very overwhelmed because I just don't know if you understand how grateful I am. Like I'll tell the team, though, and we understand, we know, but I still like, there's so much love and gratitude that's like overflowing out of me for each and every one of you. Just, you know, the other day we were in the middle of lunch, everything was happening. Things were going, it was very smooth. We were very smooth, and everything ran like a freaking ship until right at 5 o'clock. So we came out of the truck around 3, because we were trying to get out of there around 2 on Friday, because we were going to take a little break between lunch and dinner to reset, to clean up, to get our group picture, to kind of like figure out our small plates, our free bites, all those things. We thought we'd have time, we'd be fine, we'd have a little lull, all the things happen. We were steady all day. So it was like 150 degrees in that truck with the AC rolling, y'all. Grace took her glove off. Took her glove off at the end of the night and went outside, and it was like, a glove around her hand, and she took it off and she was changing her glove. She's like, look, and she poured the glove out, and it was like a water balloon. It was so full of hand. It was crazy. They worked their asses off and they loved it. But we didn't get a break. We were really busy right there at the end, and things got haywire. Other than that, we were very steady, right? We were very, very steady all day. But we just didn't get a chance to we had not had a day where like everybody came at once. So we got a little crowd. We had to work out some processes for Expo, all the things that you got to figure out. Considering it was our grand opening, we did well. But the Roche's truck pulls up, and out comes this big giant flower, beautiful like plant bow. It's just gorgeous. And I'm doing all the things at lunchtime and just getting through there. And Red's like, look, he was like, Sid, because Sid, we usually get flowers like, I don't know, once every 2 weeks, if not once every week from Roche's. Just thank you for what you do for the community, or hope you have a beautiful day. Stay blessed, my friends. Because Roche's is much like us. They very much know it is about the gratitudes and the love and all those things. And in comes this thing, and Red's like, is that from Sid? I was like, this looks like a Heather. And I said that before I opened the card. I was like, this looks like a Heather or my Aunt Lisa. It kind of had that feel. I had that feel. This is a Heather, I think. And I opened up the card to see what the card said. And I had been fine all day. Like I was like running around doing my thing, just in the what's the word I'm looking for? In the spirit of doing, right? I was like too busy to be like overly emotional, all of that. I was just getting things done, right? I was actually making 6-ounce patties because we started getting busy and running out of things. We had to like re-prep hamburger again for the night. So I opened the card, and the card says, speak what you seek until you see what you said. Love, Heather. And when I read that out loud, I really did look up, and I saw my team just like ants getting it done. Like, you know what I mean? Like they were doing it, and they were doing it in a way with a smile, and they were happy, and they were just out there. I could feel they were as excited and as joyful as I was in that moment. And I hear the kitchen, and I hear Selena and Zach in there, and they're laughing. And then there's a floss video of Zach. Like that was all going on then. And whenever I got that, I'm going to get all emotional right now. I got my tissues because I knew today was going to be a big one. And I saw that, and I looked around, and I lost it. I just like squatted down and just did. I was like, who? I was like, yes, because a lot of what we speak, and we know we speak what you seek till you see what you said. A lot of what I was speaking into existence was not just a place where the community could come and get good, delicious, whole food at a good price with good service, because there's no niche in restaurants. There's no gimmick that you can do in restaurants unless you offer quality food for a reasonable for the price that it's deserved at, and with good service. That's what you that's just the first thing you have to do. Like for me, like nothing else matters if we don't offer delicious food at the right price with good service. Like that's the goal. That's the business part, right? That's the business. The other part, though, the heart mission, the changing the way, the thing that I was speaking into existence, right? Speak what you seek till you see what you said, was a place where that is done, where there's not somebody behind the scenes belittling and yelling and screaming and making people scared and people being afraid to like be creative, because that's where the food magic happens. In the safe spaces, in the it's okay to make a mistake. And I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to have to pull it up, and I want to share with you all um, our kitchen blessing that we have I got to do this over here because it's a whole different kind of deal. Let me do this, move things out of the way just to get it up. But that is what I was trying to speak into existence too. It was a company culture, because we are a brand, we are a company. At the end of the day, for all intents and purposes, we are S Corp LLC, whatever you want to call it. I'm a business, right? I have to do business things. I have to do business things. Not as much as I wish I did not have to do business things. It's another part of our conversation today. It's the business things, and yes, there are places where you can get good food, but how I know that people talk about like it sucks to work here. Everybody's mean to everybody. Everybody's in a bad mood. Everybody is pointing the fingers at each other. All the people that came into me trying to, I'm like, we have a conversation about what are you looking for? Understand how it is here. It's like, I want you to be feel safe, feel supported, feel secure, but this is also a business. So as long as you're making it make sense and you're not taking advantage, do not mistake. And please, if you're watching this and you're out here thinking that I'm a pushover or a moron, or you think that Tammy's just hippie and not, do not take my kindness for weakness. Do not take my understanding of people's situations and my ability to work with them as being taken advantage of. You can ask people that work here. I am very to the point. I run this business. It does not run me. I'm saying that out loud because sometimes I feel like I'm just the business just going and I'm trying to keep up sometimes. But people understand what is expected. They also know that they are cared for here and that they have a voice here, and that I'm trying to find. Here we go. Here's our kitchen blessing. So one of the things that we talk about whenever you come to work for me is that we actually, our kitchen and is a sacred space. And if you're here, you know about the woo woo and all the things. And I was so impressed with the article that the Farmville Herald wrote. They covered the Reiki. They covered all the things that we really want to do. And they encompassed it in a very beautiful way. And they talked about it in a way that did not like villainize what I was doing as far as the spiritual piece of it. It did not pit me against the community like Christianity people, because I believe like you believe what you believe. We all just use different words. We don't yuck anybody's yum. We don't boo anybody's beautiful, right? And I felt like they really did that in a way that is invites people to ask additional questions about what we do with Reiki. And I'm excited to be able to answer more of those questions for people. They really touched on our vision and our goal. And I want to just thank because, not always, and Red's like, did you know that article was coming out? So they told me they were going to write an article about us. I had no clue that they were done writing it or they had investigated. Like some of that stuff they went out and captured from just like Google searches and from my bio, I guess. But I had no idea. I did not get like a here's the article. What do you think? I thought I would be able to like have last edit on it or something. I don't know. Like I thought they would like let me know, but they just released it, and that's just media, and that's awesome, right? That's easy. Um, but what I was speaking, speak what you seek. The community piece of it, the people working with me piece of it, um, them being happy was so important to me because what I loved, love, 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 love about my experience growing up in restaurants and working with my family and working with my best friends for all of those years was we enjoyed serving the customers, but what I remember is the team. I remember the camaraderie. I remember the bonds that we built. I remember the way that my mom treated everyone who worked with her. She's like, you've got to do some work, and she would give you a hard time if you didn't. But if she knew that if you lost your dog, that we that's sad and we need to take care of, we need to lift our family up, we need to pick up the slack. And if somebody had something that came up like that because we didn't take advantage of each other, um, nobody minded picking up the slack when somebody was down. And that's what we're building here. And that's the legacy that I want to leave. I want to show people that there's a better way to run a business than to be do. You can do it as a family, and you can build that culture within your organization. And that's really the way that I talk about the power of one going out and changing the world. People have to be happy with what they do. They deserve to, if they're giving up their time in exchange of energy with you, is like a dollar amount for time to run your business, right? I want them to have the most secure and supported environment to spend that time, so that the exchange is the best that it can be. If I have to force them and yell at them and scream at them, then that exchange of energy and time is not worth it to me. If I have to nitpick and yell at you and scream at you and make you do your thing, then the two things can be true. You can be a great human being. This could just not to be the place for you. And I want to thank God. I want to thank Source. I want to thank the universe. I want to thank whatever gratitudes I can put up for the fact that in this timeline and this karmic conundrum or whatever we're at this moment in time, the stars have aligned to bring this team together. And when I saw all of that happening right in the moment when Heather gave me sent that bouquet, I just wanted, my heart was so full. Only place it could come out was through my eyes and through tears. So thank you very much, Heather. I'm going to read this sacred space because we do make our kitchen a sacred space. And I want to share this with you so that you understand what we're doing here from a blessing place of your foods, from all of your foods, right? Whether it be your medicated items that we work with on your healing journey as your concierge there, or it be the offerings that you get out here with the truck. Remember, Grateful Fed is the right hand, Home Therapy is the left hand. Never the two may meet. They have their own places and parts and places, and one does not interact with the other, right? But the one thing that does interact is our sacred space, right? We have days we do each thing, we reset, we redo. The sacred kitchen space is the thing that keeps that rocking and rolling, whether it be your food truck food or your medicated offerings that you do through your healing boxes. And the kitchen space affirmation says that we bless this space with love and grace, and we allow our mistakes to be few and our mastery to be bountiful. We accept them both with humble hearts, right? And I channeled this in right before we came into this space. I was sitting in here one night and I'd done a Reiki session with Carly. And I was like, I'm very good at like going out and finding resources and using them. But Source has been telling me I need to use my own words a little bit more, right? I've been like not feeling worthy of the words of the actual, I used to write all the time and get things out. And I'm going to talk about this in a second. But that's something that the whole point of this today, I want to talk to y'all about it. So keep it coming. Do me a favor. And if you're watching this on a place that it's shareable, please share this out for me right now. Drop a share in the comments. Give me some thumbs up, some hearts. If y'all can share this out, I feel like this message needs to go to the masses today. But we bless this space with love and grace, and we allow our mistakes to be few and our mastery to be bountiful. We accept them both with humble hearts, right? And what's interesting about that is that we've had so many beautiful things come out of our mistakes, and accepting the things that we don't do wonderfully and understanding that does not let us get lost in the sauce. So when you're working in kitchen, sometimes things just don't work out, and it's okay just to be able to throw it away and accept it with a humble heart, right? Because sometimes when we mess a cake up, me and Selena specifically will be like, that cake is not gonna kick my ass today. It's not gonna kick my ass today. But we know that we have to accept the masteries and the mistakes, because without, it's contrast, right? This is a lot about contrast, which is interesting because that's a big theme in my life lately, is like source, God, whatever. And I think maybe a lot of your lives about understanding the beauty because you've seen the ugly, right? Or appreciating the bounty because you've understood the lack, and understanding there's contrast. And sometimes when we're in our deepest, darkest spot, it is to understand that the light that's getting ready to come is going to be contrast, right? So if you're in a place today where you're like, I have a lot more of these mistakes and I do these masteries, I want you to know to accept that mistake with a humble heart. Take accountability is what that means. When I told my team about it, what that means is that we all make mistakes, but we can't, we have to learn from them. And if you don't accept your mistakes with a humble heart and saying, hey, sometimes we screw up, being okay with making that mess up, um, and understanding that we all win some, we all lose some, but we can't hold on to the losses, and we can't not accept our defeats, because that makes us a sore loser, basically, right? No sore losers. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, and we let bounce off our shoulders and keep it moving, right? So then we say we welcome creativity and art and beauty into this space. We welcome spring and summer, winter and fall. We welcome all the love, abundance, and bounty that each season brings. The sun and the rain, for both are needed to grow, the dark and the light, because even the flowers need to sleep at night. Another verse that ended up writing about the contrast in that sacred space. Understanding that there ebbs and there's flows. Sometimes your seasons, the seasons for, we welcome the spring and the summer, the winter and the fall. We want to welcome those into our space because we want to be able to move like the seasons. We want to be able to change our offerings. We want to be able to make sure that as the seasons change, so do the things we bring into the kitchen. Each of the seasons bring their own recipes. Each of the seasons bring their own ingredients. Each of the seasons bring their own feelings within us. Some of you love the fall. Some of you love the summer. Some of you love the winter. Some of you love the spring. And we know that. So I'm inviting all of those things into our space, and the dark and the light, understanding that even the flowers need to sleep at night. So sometimes we need to understand that we need to accept the ebbs because we need the rest sometimes. Sometimes we're not always in the flow of things and the going of, we're also in the stopping and the resting and the resetting of. And that's why that came in, to remind us that you need some of this because you have to be able to understand the contrast again. And then we ask for Mother Earth's healing powers to bless us and guide us to our true purpose, and that each soul who partakes in our offerings receives the exact blessing that they need. So be it, and so it is. And I seal that kitchen each day, and we smudge it, we seal it, and we say, we enter as one, we enter to task. So as we each come in individually, we enter to do our work, we enter to task. But once a day, we come in as a team and we enter to serve. So together we serve, individually we work, but together as a team we serve, and we serve our community in whatever way that they need us to serve them. And so, creating that sacred space, right, is part of seeking what speaking what you seek till you see what you said. And I wanted to, when I looked in that moment, that just all, I'm like, we do that. Those are the things, like, this is we're speaking it into existence. This is our blessing on our sacred space that is happening. And Heather sent that bouquet, and at that moment, that was just, it just hit me, and it just like made me overflow. And speaking of overflowing with gratitude, I'm gonna, Norma Jean from Abilene. Is Norma Jean from Abilene on here? I don't think she is. I'm gonna send her a little message to let her know that Sunday sermon is going on. I'm gonna send her a little message. Trying to find it. We were on our live the other day. I got a lot of giveaways for y'all. I promise you I'm gonna get those done this week. And I had said that we need a little walkie-talkie. And comes Norma Jean from Abilene, and William had ordered lunch, and they were coming to pick it up. And I look in William's hand, and he says, "I heard you on your live, and he says, I heard a problem, and I felt I had a solution, so I brought the solution." And he brought us walkie talkies, and not because I asked him to, because I said I'm going to get some. And he heard us talking about it whenever Zach came to the door, and he's like, "Hey, Tammy, we could get some walkie talkies." I was like, "Yes, we could." William heard that little bit of a conversation watching our live. He goes home. They order lunch. He shows up, and he's got walkie talkies for us. And I'm going to tell you what, like, they might be my most favorite toy on the track. I'm like, "Come back." We all have bird names. We all have bird names. I'm Mama Phoenix. We got the raven. We've got the peacock. We got the penguin. We got all these different birds. So we're gonna have our little peacock names. But we had the bunch fun with that. So I want to thank William and Norma Jean. Norma Jean comes up here on Friday evening, and she was so funny. Norma Jean makes me laugh, and sometimes when she shows up, I feel like she has been like MIA from the world. During COVID, she kind of was one of those people who decided to, she was checking out of society. Her anxiety got the best of her. Y'all know we talk about Norma Jean a lot. Norma Jean's not on Facebook, but she's on YouTube. Um, y'all, we need to like send some love to Norma Jean. I'm gonna get Norma Jean's address, and I want y'all to like, can y'all send some? I just want to send a bunch of love mail to Norma Jean. Norma Jean just needs to know how special she is. William too. William is one of the kindest men I've ever met. William Lynn. He is always trying to help us out however he can. You need tables, you need cords, you need this, you need, how can I fix it? And he treats Norma Jean like the precious jewel she is. He takes her on ghost hunts and investigations, and anything that she wants to do. I really believe that William just tries to make her life beautiful. And there's people like that in this world, and he is one of them. He just really is a good one. And so y'all need to send William and Norma Jean lots of love. I want to thank them so much. Elizabeth Clark always shows up, and she supports every way she can. She's, y'all just don't understand. Melanie Lewis, sometimes I'm at my lowest, and Melanie Lewis will just pop into my inbox just randomly on the weirdest time and dates. And she will say, "Hey, girl, you were on my mind. I just want you to know I'm watching you." Like, she'll give me some big pep talk thing when I'm at my lowest. Um, yes, I need lots of, I like to send love mail. I love that. We need to start our sunshine committee, and that's, I'll give you like a roll of stamps or something, Heather, and we can do like a whole like sending things out like from us. I really love to do those kind of like, I have a bunch of thank you cards that I send out to customers and stuff, but I would love to have some help with that if anyone wants to help. Sarah Watts. I mean, so many of y'all, Lisa, Katie Shaw. I'll be looking on my Facebook feed, and anything that I have asked to be shared, Katie Shaw's out there. And people in Florida are like, "Where do I get this hamburger from?" I'm like, "Y'all don't keep playing. Y'all need to all come up here to Virginia or find me a spot in Florida to franchise down there." But when I say this community comes through, it comes through. This last week, I'm going to say, I want to give another little shout out. I talk about my team a lot, and I want to shout out my whole team. But I want to talk about Selena for a second. I'm going to go through them all, and y'all going to have to give me some time today because they have rocked my world. Number one, Selena has been with, so Mel has been the longest running. She's the original gangster. Mel, they're the original gangster, right? Mel's the original gangster. Mel went to school with my son, Evan, and they were in ROTC together, and they were friends for a long time. Since he came here, she came to his graduation party. I've always just kept up with Mel. I've always kind of liked Mel. I've always kind of had a special place in my heart for Mel. One of my kiddos, right? I feel like sometimes there's just people who you like, they just need a little extra mama love sometimes, right? Mel has been through a lot of struggles and strife. And I believe that Mel is coming. Sorry, I got a little overwhelmed, y'all. I believe that, a lot of the things we're doing here is really going to benefits Mel a lot. You know what I'm saying? When you see it, you do it, all the things. Mel does a really good job. Mel gets very overwhelmed with a lot of crowds. She's like, I'm very overstimulated. I'm like, I get that. We've been helping work through those things and understanding like things like, hey, take a second, go take a breath, get yourself together. Remember to do this with a smile. Mel's one of my kids. Mel worked their ass off on Friday. Whenever you see all the tables set up and all of the things moved around and all of that, Mel is the heavy lifter there. Mel is my setup and breakdown crew. Mel takes care of that heavy lifting for me, the delivering, the rearranging of kind of if I can. If I start thinking about it, Mel starts working on it, right? Mel comes in here and like cleans my office, keeps the clutter off of me. Mel helps keep my anxiety down because Mel knows what triggers my anxiety, which is a mess and all of that. I want to give Mel a big shout out. Mel's been here the longest. Then in behind Mel, and Mel likes to be in their little closet area. Mel does not like to deal with the public as much, right? Mel's like, just tell me what I need to do. But the fact that all your boxes are put together right, when all your orders are marked ready, Mel handles that. Mel is the printing of the orders, the making of the things, and Mel puts her Reiki into all of the raw materials. So that's what Mel does. We always feel like the combination of energy is what makes our products so good. So our products, I source them, right? We grow and source them, and I do Reiki on all of our grows. We have cornerstones. This is where the magic starts, right? This is how I wanted to explain to you the magic and the way in which you see the magic in your, we talk about the sacred kitchen space, and that's the first spot. The place is a sacred space, and then each of us who are Reiki attuned, Mel is level 1 Reiki attuned. I'm level 2 Reiki attuned. Selena is level 2 Reiki attuned. Grace is level 1 Reiki attuned. And then next semester, when Carly opens up Reiki level 1 again, Destiny, Zach, and if Liz would like to go through that, Liz will go through that as well. Mel leaves beautiful notes on your boxes. Yes, Mel does that. So I tell Mel, it's like, your energy is going to come into play when Mel takes we have like aluminum foil. We have to cover the decarboxylating plant material, right? So Mel goes in there and she puts Reiki on the raw material before it's decarboxylated. And then she writes all the affirmations on top of the aluminum foil, and she locks it in with the aluminum foil. We put it in the oven, we decarboxylate, and then Mel covers the machine. She also does the butter and the oil and all the tinctures and all of that. And Mel puts her Reiki onto that, holds the affirmations, and then she covers the machines with that aluminum. And each of the machines are also on top of that. They're sealed in with all the affirmations written, and those are covered all the way through the time. Even when they go back into the freezer after they get poured into the butter molds, Mel also puts that affirmation and cover it with that affirmation again. So then Selena knows when she comes behind it to pull that to make your offerings, because Selena has been doing all of the baking with our recipes this year. I will tell y'all, part of what had to happen for me says the hustler has to die for the CEO to emerge. The doing of the business, the actual, all of that stuff, I had to do that. Selena was my apprentice all last year. She worked with me in the kitchen doing what I have. She's doing all of it now. And then Selena comes behind and she will grab, and she sees the affirmations on the raw material. And then she takes that, and then she's the one who does all the affirmations on each of the, I need to do some videos of that. We got some stuff coming for that. So then Selena does her thing. On top of that, if we have, sometimes we have been doing it. I need y'all to come over here and we're going to all put our Reiki on this. And sometimes we'll connect hands. We go, all right, y'all, over this bowl, what do we need to put in this? This needs a little extra love. Documentary. Yeah. How to run a Reiki bakery, the Reiki bakery. We call it kitchen magic, different modalities. We also think that the music in which is played is important because words are spells. So we make sure that there's like a lot of good energy when we're doing that going into the food. It might be highly vibrational music, whatever it may be. We smudge, we set a candle, we set expectations. Now, Grace comes in and Grace does all of the food truck sauces and she makes all of those recipes as well. But Selena does all the baking side, right? And then she also helps with the other stuff, but that's level 2, right? So she's level 2. So I know that the intentionality and the work she puts into those things are dead perfect. And it starts with, it's all the combination of the energy, right? Then we go into packaging it up and doing all the things, and I make all of the labels and all of that stuff, and that's all like, okay, source, give me the guidance to do that. Um, and then Mel, it's full of the woo woo. Then I explain. Yeah, it's full of the woo woo. It is. And then when Mel pulls the orders, that's when she can say, because we do the batches sometimes and we bake them off and that's done. But we know that then Mel was like, those are the affirmations that you pick the food and it's exactly what you needed in that moment, right? Um, yes, Selena is a damn good cook. I mean, she's amazing. And then Mel comes in and I was like, I need you to give them a little note, like let them know what we think's going on. And Mel knows every single one of you all. She knows your order. She knows everything about y'all. Or they know Mel works with her pronouns and I try to be very cognizant of that. And I appreciate all of you for being a safe space for our team as well. But the amount of love and energy that goes into each thing is phenomenal. So if you are a local customer, right? I know there's some local customers. Nora Jean, we were just talking about you. I will ask you, I'm not going to tell you to do not put it on here, but we would like to send you something. So I need to get an address if that's okay. I need you to text me on my phone an address that we can mail you something. We have something for you. And we were talking about how beautiful you were and how when you come here, the universe or God just knows that I need your energy in my space because you just calm me down. And I appreciate you beating the heat and helping load up vendors the other day. And I was talking about how beautiful you and William were for bringing us the walkie-talkies. And I'd go back and watch the replay. We just gushed about y'all just a few minutes ago. And I tell somebody, I said, somebody get Norma Jean over here. So that's Mel, and so in your local customers, sometimes I have some local customers who are like, Mel was not very nice. I said, here's the problem. We bake everything fresh to order, right? We bake everything. We like to have the orders. We appreciate everyone who does the proper way to order, which is to go on the website, place your order. You will get an email or a message when it's done. The reason that Mel gets worked up whenever you show up early and your order's not done, or you walk in and you want something that's not like ordered, is because, and we talk about this, right? It's contrast and all the things. We do put that energy into it. And as a level 1 Reiki person, it's a lot of energy when Mel does that. So it kind of drains Mel down and she needs to be able to recharge her battery and plan for it. So those things throw her energy off or their energy off. And I get that because they want to do it right. Like we have to go set our energy. We got the box ready and it takes away from the love that goes into it. We have to rush and put it together. That's not how we operate, right? We want to do it in the right time and the right way. And there's a process to it. And so sometimes because we can't give it that feeling, that throws Mel off because she doesn't want it to be wrong. And I know that's the case. She's like, I just want to have all the love in it. And if I'm doing it fast or I'm doing something else, I can't focus my energy in to do the energetic piece. And Mel says, and I know this, when Mel gets upset, it's because Mel goes, I don't want you to be upset with me because I do this and I want to do it right. And you wanted to do, I know how you are. And I'm like, because Mel was with me from the beginning when it was like, I told her, I said, Mel, I'm giving Mel and Selena went through this too, was a lot of like, well, this is how he did it. I'm like, yeah, but it's not how I want it. Like, and that's where I stayed on my own in the business for so long, was because I could change things and we could be fluid. And I'm very much let's do it this way. And as much as Mel cannot stand that piece of it, that's where I love that Selena just rolls with those punches, right? And Selena came in second and she helped me in the kitchen because Mel is not a kitchen person. Mel's like, I don't want to do all that. I will do my part. I don't want to do, I'm not the cooking of the things. I'm not the baking of the making of the recipe. So that's why we brought Selena in, right? We brought Selena in because I was like, okay, I physically now I've got someone packaging. I've got someone running to the store for me because, I was doing all of it before. I got someone helping with this part of it. Now I need somebody to learn my part of it. And that's where my ego had a big hit, right? That's where my ego had a big hit. And I love, love, love Selena. And I appreciate the fact that she had such an amazing temperament, and she has such an amazing spirit that she has probably caught the blunt of my ego death, because she is so very good, and probably my jealousy has probably caused her more strife than anything in the world. And I appreciate her for sticking in. And I think sometimes that she doesn't get the recognition she deserves because people think that I'm doing it all. I started this business. They are my recipes. They are my ideas. They're the things that we created together. But as a community, I want to let y'all know I'm not hiding behind it. I tell them all the time, like, just because I don't mean I can't, right? Just because I don't do it anymore doesn't mean I can't do it. But for the CEO to emerge, the hustler had to get out of the way. And in the last couple of months, I have been getting out of the way and allowing them the freedom. And I want y'all to be aware, and I want to have full transparency. My team is in there knocking it out. I am in here doing the doing of the work. They are in there the making of the magic. I do some food magic. I hop in and do some things, but the even Santa Claus, I love it. I love it. And I will tell you what, Selena is my head baking elf. I will tell you that. And y'all, she is a phenomenal at it. And if she knows, she's like, Tammy, this just didn't look like right. This didn't turn out right. What do you think? She'll call me in there. We'll talk about it. We'll do the things. When we create new recipes going into each month, I did the Munchie of the Month boxes. I did the healing boxes this year. Yes, that is the epitome of legacy. You have to pass it on and trust. And, I told you all before, I wasn't able to have children. And one of the biggest things about this legacy was I'm not leaving a part of me behind. I'm not leaving a piece of me behind. I don't have a daughter. I don't have my own flesh and blood daughter to leave things to, all of that. But the universe, source, God, whatever, like, right? If you're out there today struggling, know that God said, you couldn't have the amount of daughters that I'm going to give you. Like, your body could not have passed through the amount of children that I'm going to let you be the mom to, that I'm going to let you teach. And so these are my daughters. This is my crowded table, right? The Highwomen, the song Crowded Table is one of my favorite tables. And favorite songs, like, I want a house with a crowded table, right? I do. And a place by the fire for everyone. I want to have a place that everyone has a seat at the table, that everyone knows there's a hot meal ready, and that we just share and we enjoy and we are a community, and that people are working for the common good. And I want to say that my team, Mel started out with all the packaging, right? Selena makes all the beautiful creations and affirms them and puts Reiki love into each and everything. Then we have our Grateful Fed team. That is our Hometown Hippie. That's our main Hometown Hippie team, right? That's who does Hometown Hippie. For the very most part, we have Destiny, who helps wrap things and who helps sneeze out things, and Zach, who is learning and is so excited to learn. And y'all are going to love Zach. And Zach's energy is just bright. Zach is such a different character. I think he's just delightful, and his insights into life. He's like, he just kind of wants to enjoy the fervor of life, and he is kind to people. And I want to tell y'all, one of the things he did yesterday, I was here all day yesterday. I had people come in and clean. Destiny took the cleaning job. Destiny's going to do the cleaning job. She's going to do something off from 4 to 6. She's taking the cleaning job right now. And Zach and her worked on the truck, but Zach has a very good friend whose birthday was yesterday. And this is the first year she's turning 22. They're young, my team's young. And is the first time her parents have not been here. They're out of the country for her birthday, and she was kind of blue about it, and she loves donuts. So Zach came in yesterday. He was going to do it at home. I said, just come in here. Let me help you. Come on here. Let me help you. We'll do it in the kitchen. I've got all the stuff. I've got pans. I've got the fryers. I've got all the things we need. Why don't you just come in here? You can use the kitchen and some ingredients if you need to. And that's in exchange. You can come in here and help me get the truck broke down. So he and Destiny came in on yesterday, broke the truck down, cleaned it back to brand new. He worked on the donuts. I helped him with it. And I'll post some pictures. I got some pictures of it. We made 5 different donut flavors, which we're probably going to start carrying a few donuts in the morning. I have some plans with that. We made a yeasted donut we fried and dipped in chocolate and put sprinkles on. But he thought enough. He's like, this person's birthdays are a big deal. You know, he cared enough about a friend that he gave up his entire day. Um, Zach makes me grin. Zach does me. And if y'all go watch his little floss video and throw him some love, he's also not on Facebook. So we'll find a way to get in touch with Zach. Hello from Florida. Hi, Floyd. As Katie says, hello, Floyd. Um, so, but he did things like that. He made this person, he said it's their birthday and they need something. Blueberry, he asked for their, he made all different kinds. I helped him like create with one base how to make different donuts. And I was like, I just thought that it was fun to be able to help him create something for someone because I put a little extra Reiki love into it as well. And he's very excited to do Reiki. He's going to be a phenomenal light worker. He already is in his own right. He just doesn't know it yet. He's a food magician. He just doesn't know it yet. He's got to get centered a little bit. He's got to grow into it a little bit. But Zach is a phenomenal addition to our team. I'm not glazing over Grace. Grace is probably was probably my child I think Selena and Grace and Mel were probably each my biological children in another lifetime, probably different ones. I believe they were all sisters and brothers or whatever their race, their genders were in other lives or whatever. I believe my team, we were all a family before, every single one of them. I met Grace in 2020 in the height of the COVID pandemic. She was working at Cruise Inn in Keysville, I believe, at the time, because her restaurant had closed down and things had happened. She met me through Pure Romance. I did a party at her house. We have been friends ever since, and she has been here since the beginning of this. We talked about these things, and I was working through it, and she said, I was like, I can't afford to pay you anything, right? We talked about the restaurant. We had a whole like we've done menus in here and all the things. She's like, I love the fact that you do the edibles and stuff, but I can't. I have to do something that's, she wanted to do the regular food side, all of that. And I was like, I was looking at places back, so with COVID, I'm not sure how to do that with food trucks. I'm like, I'm trying to earn the money to get there. So here's what we're going to do. I was like, you can be a part of my planning and come over and have breakfast with me and hang out and smoke a bowl and chill and all the things. She would just come hang out with me. We'd play with food sometimes in between her working or whatever. And I said to her, go and live. Like, go take the jobs you want to take. I was like, do not put your life on hold for my dream, for this dream that I have. Would I love to, if I do this, I want you to be a part of it. I think you're exactly who we cook the same. We have this, I want you to be a part of it. I love, love, love. Oh, that's so funny. So love Zach, but he's got to stop calling me ma'am. Reminds me of my age every time. We're a family. No need to be formal, but the politeness is acknowledged and appreciated. He calls everybody ma'am, including Destiny. So she's younger than he is. That's just his southern, his Buckingham roots. That's funny. He does that to me too. Now he just calls me big dog. He's like, all right, big dog. I was like, all right, little pup. But so Grace came in and she brings in good. She is just super kind. She also knows food, and she also knows high-end food, and she knows chefy tricks and all the things. And I love Grace is someone who needs the room, and this is the exact place for Grace to create food. She creates food the way I do, with joy and elation. When she gets like an idea, I see the light, and I see, like, I can see her aura kind of like start like glowing, and I see her excitement and her mania, just like, oh, I have an idea. And I'm like, and her energy feeds my energy. But I told her back in 2020 when this was going on, I was like, I've got to work to make this happen. I cannot pay you to dream with me. And I wish I could. We all have bills to pay. I was like, go out. And if the universe, she was really worried. She like wouldn't talk. I was like, Grace, take the job. If Magnolia's wants you to open up a restaurant for them and take your menu ideas and you go do your thing, I said, nothing happens like it shouldn't. Everything happens as it should. I am not upset. We are just dreaming and talking. And if you make your thing happen, baby girl, I'm going to come eat with you. Right. And if it's supposed to happen with the two of us, it will happen for the two of us to come back together and work. It is no hard feelings. Red goes, what is she doing? I'm like, Red, we are just friends. We are talking about things. We have similar ideas, but I don't have the money to pay Grace to stay with, to like, if I would have had the money in 2020 to like put her on retainer and not let her go anywhere else to make sure that I had her, I would have. Right. But I didn't. And I was like, I have to figure out what I'm going to do to even get this open. It's going to be a slow process. And if Grace is the person who's going to do this with me, the universe will answer that. Grace was back at her original restaurant she opened. She was doing well. In January 11th, I did not know it was she came around for Christmas party. She's always been on the radar, always been a member of the Grateful Fed family from purchasing the edibles and other things. She was a healing client, right? She still is a healing client of ours. And on January 11th, Grace said that she was really not feeling where she was. Things were just not working in the right way. It was not the right environment. And that she did a meditation on 111, on January 11th, which is a big portal day, angel number. And she said in her meditation and in her affirmation on that day, she said, I am seeking out the right environment, whether it be staying here and things getting on the right track at this place, and me figuring out how to step into my own and communicate with the owner of this business to do what I need to do to make this the thing that it could be. Or maybe it's time for me to talk to Tammy again. Right. And I had not been able to move forward with the catering and the Grateful Fed part because I didn't have the hands to do it. And Grace messaged me on the weekend and she's like, something had gone down in the middle of the week. And she's like, hey, here's what's going on. She had something happen that kind of precipitated her move. And it was not how she wanted it to end. It was not how I wanted her to have to come here because of what was happening there. I hate distress for people. And we're not playing victim. We're not playing, nobody's fault. The universe, just two things can be true. That place can be beautiful for the people that are there and meant for the people that are there. And it could not be for the people who it's not meant for. That was not meant for her to be there. She served her purpose there. That place served its purpose to her. She served her purpose to that place. She resolved that karmic tie. And now it was time for her to move on. And it worked out beautifully. Grace has come in. She has worked to create relationships with the rest of the team. She works her ass off for me. She has done everything that, we've been trying to ensure that everybody has their place. And I could, the catering and things like that, all of those beautiful tables that you see and all of those boards that you see put together, we do them together. But for the most part, that is what Grace does. I'm running the behind the scenes. I'm getting the lineup. I'm doing the food orders. I'm doing the payroll with help from my cousin Angie, who I also will talk about in a second. This is a long one today. I appreciate y'all for bearing with me. So Grace comes in and does that. Grace came in and did Reiki. And her energy and her light has just shined. She and Selena are thick as thieves. And the fact that she has allowed, they have just developed this bond, and the things that they create together are beautiful. And the way that they take ownership of the rest of the team, like Zach and Destiny, who both, like I said, are beautiful. Destiny is Red's cousin, who he really didn't know growing up much. She's much younger. It's his dad. His dad is also like the baby. Red's father is like, his brothers were like old enough to be his father when they were growing up. He was a very after the fact, like a late baby. I call it a menopause baby is what I call, like very late. Like my mom was almost 40. That kind of thing. Back in those days, it was like, oh, okay, I'm having another kid. And so Red's got nephews and things like that. He's got cousins or uncles or whatever, or cousins who are much older than him, have kids, that are whatever. So it's just a weird kind of thing that he has a first cousin who was like 60, and he had a kid who was Destiny or whatever. Oh, big long story. Nobody cares about that shit. But she just moved here after he passed, her father passed away. And never knowing this side of the family and all of these things. And she was looking for something to do. And I brought her in, and Destiny is learning and does a wonderful job with the dishes. And she's doing a lot of the prep stuff and learning how to like be, she does salad stations. She makes some lemonade. She makes some teas. She is learning how to do caramels. She's going to be going through Reiki soon. She's a beautiful gardener. She brings in a lot of the tomatoes that we have. A lot of our tomatoes. Destiny has grown beautiful tomatoes this year. She's trying her best to learn everything she can. She is a work in progress, and we are excited that she's here, and we're growing her into being the best version of herself. I think that Reiki is going to make a big difference for her as well. Teaching her some things. If y'all could hold space for Destiny, Destiny just, is at that age where there's a lot of things new. She's in a new area. They don't have a lot of friends. They're trying to find where they fit. So if anybody wants to be friends, the community stuff, right? We love Destiny. We appreciate her. She just took the job in search of fried green tomatoes. They're coming. We got a plan with those. I'm actually looking at a lunch special, and this is off the topic, but the other day I said, let's do a BLT, but let's do like an elevated BLT where it's like pork belly with fried green tomatoes with like our own house-made aioli on toasted, something fun, homemade focaccia or something. So we're looking at that as the actual lunch special. So you're a baby yet. So those members of our team, came in. We had to have somebody doing dish. We had to have somebody with extra hands whenever somebody's out. We had to have those pieces and parts. And Zach and Destiny, Grace brought Zach. She knew him from other places. He came in. I'm like, yep, he's the right energy. He's the only dude we have with us, right? He's the right energy. And then many of you have not met Liz yet. A few of you have. Liz has come to us via North Street Press Club. Liz was her last gig was over there. We met her when we started doing the desserts. She also had some situations over there. Two things can be true, right? Two things can be true. It's not the way that she wished that she wanted to come and make the next move. And it's not against them. It's not against her. It's just that it was not the right place. And sometimes the universe has to shake things up to get people in the right place. We don't have nobody has any hard feelings, no animosity, none of those things. We believe it's just two things can be true. That can be a great place to be, and it cannot be right for every single person on the planet. And there's going to be times when people come here and that's the exact same thing. They're like, this is way too woo-woo for me. This is not the place for me. And they might fit better at any of those other places in town, and we will help them find that. And if you don't believe me on that, we've had people who left here before, and they left here, and as much as I didn't need them to leave at the time, I needed them to stay and work for the amount of money I could pay them. That was not right for them. And I actually helped them get interviews and help them use the phone and help them use the computer and try to find them, hey, what can I do to help you find the next thing that's going to be suited for you? None of this, Liz comes in. Liz is it's like I had prayed, and y'all know I'd put ads out about trying to find help and all the things. Not one person has ever come from an ad. Everyone has come from an organic, God said, universe said, this is the person that needs to be in your path. These are the people that need to come. And we did our session last week. Carly said to us, even our customers are the people that are going to be, it's going to be their highest and best to eat with us and to our highest and best to feed them. And whenever I say Liz, I know Liz, right? Storms rolling through, lost internet on phone now. Be safe out there in that storm. But Liz is not as excitable as the rest of us, right? Liz creates delicious food. Liz has a culinary resume that is phenomenal. She can butcher. She's done steaks. She's done between Grace and Liz and Selena, my wheelhouse for culinarians. I would put it up against any group in this town. Like if they wanted to have like a cook-off and each restaurant could bring 3 people and then a front house person, we would kill it. I would put my team against anybody in the state. If any other place in the state wanted to bring a 3-person team in and like have a cook-off, like, like a battle off, like I'd rap off and they could cook off. I would put this team against anything. Liz is a line cook at heart. Liz is kind and polite to our customers. Liz is excited to learn about what we do. But Liz, I'm going to tell y'all what she sent to me, and I'm going to share it with you because it is it made my heart big full. Because I always want to make sure everybody understands how much I love them and how much I appreciate them. And Friday night, after I got home, we were all excited. And this is the message that I got from Liz. I have never felt so mentally happy at a place. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that because of you and your vision and your hard hand-picked crew are the reason. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And that just, right? Heather, I've told you she said, you've given us your gratitude. Let me give you your gratitude. Yes, every high energy space. And that's what Liz was. When I had prayed and I meditated and the universe said, and Carly helped me, we went through a Reiki session and I said, right? Carly said, stop pushing. Stand in your power. Stop trying to force it. Stand in your power. Stop power versus force. And I stood in my power and I was like, everything is going to happen for a reason. The day that we got our stickers was the first day of Selena and Grace's vacation. Was the first day of Selena and Grace's vacation. It was 3 months to the day, 3 months to the day past due of what we were supposed to, when we were supposed to open. Liz and I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago. Both of us agree y'all are our people. Thank you. And 3 months to the day. And, Grace was like, it really popped my bubble whenever I was on vacation and I looked on the internet and the food truck was open. That's my food truck. I was like, is it? I was like, and we talked about it. I was like, Grace, I was like, we have been in the doing of this is the next lesson for her, right? It was hard for me when Grace and Selena, I'm like, ooh, they would bring me bites of stuff and I'm like, I would eat this over anything I ever cooked. Right. And I had to we had to go through that. And it's like, here's what we had to do. We all have to trust our team. And we all know that what's best for the community, what's best for our guests, what's best for the business is what's best for us. When one of us when we are successful, we are all successful. We all have our place to do. I needed another me to get excited about food and to keep the kitchen excited. I had Grace to do that, right? I needed somebody who's in the business of getting it done and keeping the head down and there's a lot of work to be done and keeping things rolling and keeping the kitchen clean. Selena keeps everybody hopping. She makes everybody, she knows what's going on. Selena doesn't stop. Selena's that piece of me. When I said, God, I need another me, God says, let me give you 3 pieces of you that you need 3 individual pieces of you that need to get it done. All of the pieces and parts have come together. Just the right crew together. We need a few more pieces. We need a few more hands. We got some few more things happening. The cater waiters are part of our community who show up and show out every day. My sister, holy crap, y'all. This summer, my sister and my cousin Angie have herded me, have kept my ADHD from running amok, has kept me centered, has made me know that I can depend on people. Has shown up, has figured things out, has got it done, has got up at 7 o'clock in the morning, has said, all I want is for you to stop being tired and to be successful. Norma Jean from Abilene said to me, she came in this building, she said, I don't know what my soul's purpose is yet. We're going to figure it out. But until then, my soul's purpose is to make sure you're successful. And y'all don't know, I'm like, thank you very much for that. And that the amount of gratitude I have for that, that you're going to spend your free time, your exchange of energy is to make sure that my business flourishes. And to me, that is just that is the kindest thing ever. The sum of the parts. Look who is back, y'all. Can we all please send some love out? Mary Ellen, I reached out to her the other day. I got something. I got to get some stuff out. If Mel, I'm gonna put a note so I don't forget. And I'm sorry. I've been wanting to send stuff out to you for weeks now, and I have gotten so far behind that it's no excuse. And I'm gonna cry. I'm very sorry, Mary Ellen. We had a card and everything coming out to you. And I gotta get that out in the mail today. Let me find my notepad. Here it is. My prep list. um, did Mel send it already? Just in case I'm being an asshole. I don't know if she sent it already. Usually she lets me come put a final Reiki on it. We send care packages out. Um, we send care packages out. I usually Mel brings them, do the healing boxes, whatever. Mel brings it to here when it's all done, and she's like, "Hey, this is for blah 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 blah," and she closes my door, and I take a few minutes in here with it, and then I was like, "Okay, come back and get it," or she'll put them up there with a note on it, who it is, across the top of my desk, and then I'll pull them down and I'll do it and say, "Hey, these boxes are in my office. Bring them back out." So I will. I don't know if she sent it or not. I didn't get it back. I want to do jerky. All right, I got some stuff coming out to you, Mary Ellen, Monday. I thought Mel may have already sent it to you. Big kudos to Amy. You also needed to change and choose something different. So glad you and your sister have each other. Um, yes. And also having Amy doing the money and all, figuring all that out, kept me to do all the things. I got a whole new expo plan, all that stuff. So yeah. And then my cousin Angie, who came in, and she's working for a Fruity Pebble bar basically every week. Just because I need some office help with like accounting stuff. She's working from home and helping me out. And she was like, I know the workers' comp is big, so let's just do it this way. And the exchange of energy people are willing to do with me is just phenomenal. So I said all that to say this today. I believe in the will to win. I believe that you can work hard and you can seek what you speak what you seek until you see what you said. But I want you to think about when you speak what you seek till you see what you said. I promise you, you will see it. And I thought it was just an incredible thing whenever I realized that what I was speaking to seek and what I saw, what I spoke, it was beautiful and it was rewarding and it was overwhelming. And as much as like what I thought that it was, like, whenever we say, like, you tell God exactly what you want, I'm very specific in my prayers. And I would be told all the time, stop limiting source. What source has in store for you is so huge. Stop telling God I need this much money on this day and this form and this way, right? I was telling God, I was like, if I can just get $5,000 today, this week I need $5,000. I need this money for this, and I need this money for that. And I kept being told, stop limiting source, stop bossing God around. Just tell God, thank you for the abundance. Thank you for covering me and your blessings. All of my needs are already met. And then let God take care of the rest. Let the universe, let the soul make moves to move forward, right? And do the right thing. But stop limiting source, because if I would have gotten exactly what I prayed for, I wouldn't have what I had on Friday when I looked up, right? I wouldn't have had what I did not. I was speaking something into existence I did not even know was what I was speaking into existence. So I want you, when you're looking at your blessings, to stop thinking that you're not getting your blessings when you're not seeing the pool in your backyard the way you thought you would see it. I want you to stop today. I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to just look around with virgin eyes and look at the blessings that you have in your life. I don't have a house with an infinity pool with a tiny community around me right now. But I have a community around me at all times. My team is the hardest working team in show business, y'all. They work hard, they play hard, they're happy, and they define success. Making enough money to take care of all of our things and have security in our families, to be able to take care of our families, to be able to spend time with our families and to be happy doing it. We want a real work-life balance. When someone's like, is it okay if I get off a little bit early to go to Aria's field day? I'm like, do you need the day off for the field day? Well, I'd like to go to field day, but I know it. I was like, no. Y'all, Selena's got field day on Friday. Can we cover this? Yeah, go to field day, spend time with Aria. You only get one field day. There's 52 Fridays here in a month. We can cover making hamburger patties today. We can get ahead on cookies and we can bake those off. Go spend time with your family. When Grace is like, hey, it's Andrew's 30th birthday. I want to do something for his birthday. Can I have the weekend off for that birthday? I was like, I got a catering job, but now like, I can cover that since she did this, and we'll make sure it works out. When Zach says, hey, I've got a Fall Out Boy concert and it's the week of the soft opening and I've already had these tickets and I don't want to let y'all down. I'm like, go do your thing. Go have fun. Be back for Friday. Be ready to work it out Friday. He took off Wednesday and Thursday and then came back and worked Friday and Saturday's ass off for me. Stop being blind to your blessings. Take some time this week to step in and look around and be thankful for what you are seeing. Because I'm going to let you know now, you spoke it into existence. The universe heard your ask for the blessings, and they provided it because it did it for me. And I promise you, it's around you too. And if you can right now, think of some blessings that you didn't even know you had. If you stop and look up, it's something that makes your heart big happy that you never expected. I would love to know what that is. And I don't know why these cards, I think it's just my hands, because these are, that's funny. That's funny. Those are probably for me. But these just, it's just the, they were not our cards. I did not get the feel they were our cards. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to pull our crystal affirmation card for the week. I'm going to let y'all go off of here. I hope that this made sense today. I hope that you all know how much I appreciate and love you. If you were here, we do have to do a drawing for the 100. I have a lot of stuff I'm giving away. We got so busy Friday, I just lost track in the sheets. I couldn't go get them because people were in line. So I said, I'll just go live Monday and give a bunch of stuff away. So Monday, I'm going to go live tomorrow morning once we get everything in and rocking and rolling. And I'm going to do all those drawings for all of the first 100 guests. So if you have a number, keep your number. I have your name too. So we will do random number draws. We got like 10 more prizes to give away. So I'm going to come live tomorrow on my personal page and the Grateful Fed page to give that out. I'm going to do our crystal draw right now. Take a big deep breath in. Inhale the good, exhale the bad. We're going to shuffle 11 times. Take those deep breaths coming. Concentrate on whatever you need answers for this week. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our card. It popped right out. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we're going to pull this one. Rhodonite, find a way to forgive. Find a way to forgive. And then the other card that jumped out is Bloodstone. So Bloodstone came out first and then Rhodonite. So it says get up and get moving and then find a way to forgive. And the Bloodstone, I don't know who these are. These are 4 people I have a feeling. The Bloodstone says, movement is momentum. Movement is momentum. It's a life force, crucial to maintaining a healthy mind, body, and soul. In addition to just feeling better, when we are physically active, our mind is clearer, our mood is brighter, and our spirit is energized. Even on days when it seems hard to stand up and get your blood, if it seems hard, stand up and get your blood pumping. You might be surprised at how quickly movement can recharge you. Set specific goals to better serve your physical body and stay motivated to achieve them. Once you take the first step, kinetic energy will kick in and soon you'll be off and running. So a lot of us might be feeling stuck right now is the message that I'm getting in from this, including myself sometimes. And we just need to start moving our bodies. It's interesting because we have the Healthy Hippie Club starting. And part of that is going to be walks and yoga and movement and things like that. So if you've been on the fence about that, think about it. Just get moving. Core questions. Where does movement and activity place in the list of your priorities? Interesting. This is a good journal to figure out about this Healthy Hippie Club is what this is. So I want y'all to journal this today, right? Where does movement and activity place in your list of priorities? I'm going to journal this week. What is getting in the way of being active? How can you incorporate movement into your daily life? Crystal action card. Affirm. Joyous movement energizes me. Today, do one thing that gets your blood pumping. That's awesome. Hey, Susie, how are you from Georgia? Georgia, Georgia. The whole day through is an old sad song. I love Georgia. It's got Georgia on my mind. I can't sing. I'm just being silly. Um, this one's interesting, right? Joyous movement. I think that we ought to get up every day and do a one song dance party, and that's what I used to do at the house. And that's I said I want to joyfully. You don't have to get up and like run a mile. You don't have to get up and run a mile. If you want to get run a mile or do CrossFit, that's beautiful. Do that. Alliance Fitness is our local gym partner. Go find a place at Alliance. They've got personal trainers, all the things, right? It starts with just moving your body. I used to get up in the morning and I would get up from the bed and I would go and I would start my coffee. It was 10 steps from my bed to my coffee pot. I worked at the house for a long time, y'all. That was my safe space. I know how Norma Jean feels because I also did not leave my house one time for 3 months. When Mel first started, I was so busy and so safe and so in my shell, right? That Mel went shopping for me and I had no reason to leave my house. 3 months I went. Probably left my house 3 times in 3 months. Had nowhere to go. Mel went shopping for me. I did all of my work there. Everybody came to the house to get their things. I saw people. All my groceries were there. Red came home. Red ran out. I didn't have a reason to go anywhere. I had no reason to go. No one was having anything. I had no reason to leave my property. And I did not. And it was 10 steps from my bed to my coffee pot. To start my coffee, I'd go to the bathroom. I would use the bathroom. I would brush my teeth, take my shower. I'd go back out to get my coffee. I'd go to get my coffee. I'd cut on my music. I'd take my coffee out on my porch, on my deck, year round. And then I would turn the music up. I'd leave the screen door, open the big door, open the screen doors up. I would do my morning affirmations and meditations on the deck, and then I would dance around and do a cute little TikToks, dance around my deck with my music on, and then everybody would start getting there around 9 or 10 in the morning. I started around 7:30. Red left at 7:30 to go to work. I'd get up when he kissed me goodbye, take my 10 steps to the coffee pot, do my shower, do my bathroom thing. Sometimes take my coffee and go on the deck first. Affirmations, all of that. I would joyfully move my body. I would start my day off just dancing around like it's gonna be a good day. And all my home is going to ride today. And all my, just one song of moving my body. Move your body joyfully. Just do something and it changes your whole energy for the day. Every day that I did that, and there were days that I got up and it was raining outside or gross outside or I was running late or whatever and blah, blah, blah. And those are the days that I knew that I missed joyfully moving my body. When I woke up and just did a one song dance party. So if you are struggling, like I have asthma, cannot move my joint, I know. Even if it's chair dancing, and all my home is going to ride today. Hey, it's going to be a good day. Joyfully move your body to one song a day in the morning. I'm going to encourage it, and I want y'all to take the challenge. So hashtag dance challenge, dance off, whatever. And I'm going to encourage you, post your dancing. Let's have a dance. We'll do a Zoom every morning at 8 o'clock or something, and we'll do our one song dance party. Somebody put that on a list of things to do. Well, maybe we'll join each other. We'll do a live. I'll do it live with y'all. Maybe Zoom live dance party every day. I say Zoom because I say that because Facebook sometimes blocks music. So that's why I said that. We'll talk about that. That's a little thing. But joyfully moving your body. So Bloodstone, get moving. And sometimes just the physical act of moving your body will actually help energy move through your body. So if you got some stuck energy, moving your body around will really make a difference in that. I did some fire moves last night and woke up on the heating pad, but my heart was at rest when I went to sleep. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about when you move around. Exactly. Me too. I love to have a good dance party. It just gets everything out and moves energy through your body and makes you feel things, right? Makes you feel things. You can get a little sexy with it. You can get a little sexy with it. You can get a little freaky with it. I'm just being silly, y'all. I promise you I am. Row tonight, right? Dance like nobody's watching. Even when you're on the internet, everybody's watching. Row tonight. This one says, find a way to forgive. And we've gotten this card a couple of times. So somebody out there is holding on to something. Find a way to forgive, because I'm going to tell you, I'm not even looking at this. Forgiveness is going to make you feel better. I was going to put y'all all on here. Like, I can invite y'all on here. I can actually like invite everybody onto the StreamYard. And y'all can all have little things in the StreamYard and be right up here on the StreamYard. There is freedom in forgiveness. It's natural to react when others hurt or betray us. But if you can move past the first layers of blame, resentment, anger, disappointment, or frustration, you can free yourself from this negativity and toxicity. When we are holding on to things, we are putting that energy into our bodies. Moving that energy through and getting rid of it is going to be a beautiful thing. These cards go beautifully together. Beautifully together. When you are able to forgive, you empower yourself rather than letting your emotions have the power over you. Forgiving someone, however, doesn't mean that you condone what they have done. It simply allows you to release your ties to that experience so that you can move on. At its core, all forgiveness is self-serving. That energy stays stuck in your body when you hold on to resentment, anger, and madness. It's not saying that what you did was acceptable to me. It's saying that I no longer am affected by it. I am forgiving you because that energy does not affect me any longer. Here, I've said my piece with this. I'm cutting the tie with that. And I can say two things can be true. I can forgive you and still not share time with you. Forgiveness does not mean that you're inviting them back in. I forgive you because I need to get rid of that energy out of my body. Holding on to that blame and that anger and that all that toxicity just makes me ill and me sick. I'm going to release that tie. I'm going to move that energy through my body, and I'm going to set that boundary. And that's all we can do, right? So the question, are you holding any grudges or holding on to resentment or anger towards someone in your life? What would it feel like to forgive and not have that in your stomach or in your side and your arm and your neck and your head and your hands? What would it feel like? Okay, crystal affirmations. Affirm. Forgiveness starts with me. Today, choose one person, yourself or another, and start moving towards forgiveness. And that's interesting because a lot of times the person that we hold on to the most anger and the most resentment and the most malintent for is ourselves. It's because we are blaming ourselves and beating ourselves up, right? And I'm gonna let y'all know right now, forgive yourself. You did the best you could do. I'm not saying that you forgive yourself and do the same dumb shit again. I'm saying when you know better, you do better. And now that you know better, you've learned from that mistake. You look at it and you can say, I am no longer going to hold on to the victimness, step out of that victim, be the victor, and move through it. And they say resentment and anger we hold cause cancer might not be. It is true. It is 100% true. When you hold on to that, it eats you up inside. Release that and let go of it. Maybe you've not made the best decisions throughout your life, and you like trying to still like. I do that. I'm like, I have not always been a nice, kind human being, but I forgive that person because that person no longer exists. That was yesterday. That's a different timeline, Tammy. I don't live. I'm not that person anymore because I know better. I do better. And I forgive myself for the mistakes that I made. And I know that I did the best I could do when I made them. I did the best that I can do. And now I know better. And now I do better. I hope a lot of you will do that too. I'm not saying that means to go out and keep doing the same dumb shit. You got to learn, but you still got to forgive yourself, right? And on that note, it's been a very long one this morning, and I appreciate you sticking in with me and hearing me out and giving my team the kudos that they deserve. Thank you to every single person in the community. Small gestures, large gestures. We also got flowers from Sid, from Roche's. I want to thank them so much. I want to thank each and every person who shares a post, who comments on a post, who supports us however you can. If you are local, I'm going to encourage you to please, please, please try us for Wednesday night dinners this week because they are going to be the bomb. They are gluten-free. They're going to be beautiful. Yay, community. I love it. Me too, boo. I will post these on the Hometown Hippie page. Take a moment to journal it out. Yes, take a moment to journal it out. We are open this week for Hometown Hippie. The bonus buy weekend ends tonight. So don't forget, all orders over $50 get you entered to win. Get you all a free caramel since it's our grand opening. That's what started it all, was the caramels. We are sold out of the Munchie of the Month box for July. We're still working on August Munchie of the Month box. I'm going to put probably some pineapple upside down cakes on the menu for August. People really like those a lot. I want to put those on there for people to grab. I love the bunts with the circle we're going to try it a couple different ways. I've got a lot of crushed pineapple. We do have a new cheesecake flavor. We do have a bakery box coming, so you'll be able to come in and pick up cheesecakes and cakes and all that stuff soon from the Grateful Fed. As always, the Hometown Hippie is going to be our online version only. So if you do have an order, please place it online. We'll have it ready for you. We are excited. We've got some new things. We are running out of we are going to run some sales on some of the apothecary things. I want to get some new things in here. So be on the lookout. I'm going to be putting some things on the website that are going to be on sale, marked down, be crystals, teas, essential oils, things like that. We're going to be cleaning that area out. We're redesigning the store a little bit. Big things coming. It's always something new with the next season. So Labor Day, we're going to have hopefully a big new kind of thing. So we got a couple months. So I'm trying to move some inventory through to get some new things in. If you're shopping for something, know that teas and some essential oils are going to go on clearance. We're going to go down to some things we're going to carry. We're going to carry like 1 tea a month because I just can't afford to sit on the inventory. It's just not moving like I thought it would. So we're going to keep that rocking and rolling. Heather, I want you to know we had to do your 90-night tea in 2 batches kind of thing. I owe you some. So just hold tight on that. But I love y'all. And that's it for today. And I'll be back tomorrow for a pretty good long live for Grateful Fed for some drawings. Tune in tomorrow morning for some wake and bake drawings. And on that note, as we always say, I'm going to do this real quick. Let me change this banner around to boom, boom, to that. And as always, when we end these lives, we do it with a little peace, a little love, and a little feast. And as always, y'all stay elevated, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.